Hello everyone, my name is Manisha and I'm a personal trainer at Lily Square Clubhouse. Today I'm going to be taking you through an upper body workout. Before we start, please make sure that you are wearing suitable clothing to work out in. You don't need to wear trainers, but if you do feel more comfortable, do wear trainers, and that's it. So the only equipment we're going to need today is a weight. So we're going to do a homework weight today. So I know we don't have a gym and some of us may not have weights. So for your weight, what you're going to need is to get different cans, different books. You're going to grab your satchel or your gym bag. So I've got my gym bag. So this one is the one I usually carry when I go with me to the gym. And what I've done is I've put some stuff inside to make it heavy. What you can do to make this heavier is just add more books in. You can add water bottles in. So what I have in here is some water bottles. So the more water bottles you have, the harder. You may need to adjust the exercises. Some exercises you may need a lighter weight, so you can take some weight off by taking some stuff out of your bag. So we are going to use this as a weight. So no using cans, because what we want to do is make this workout as hard as we can. So we don't want it too light. You can put cans in the bag, you can put anything in the bag that won't spill, you can put books. I would advise you to put loads of cans in the bag if you would like, and then when it's too heavy, you take some out. So I'm going to start off with a warm-up before we start our exercises. If you do have any injuries, please do take precautions. So we're going to be working out our arms, our triceps, our chest, and our back. So let's start with the warm-up. Let's get ready. Okay, so first we're going to take our arms out. Stand nice and steady. So just mind this, yeah, this is one of the things we're going to need for one of our exercises. So we're just going to take our arms nice and wide. Just rotate them nice and slowly. Really focusing on taking your scapula up, go forward and back down. So really stretching those shoulders out. Going to do the same, but this time we're going to go backwards. So we're going to retract those shoulder blades. Perfect. We're going to elevate them, retract them, and back down. There we go. Perfect. Next exercise we're going to do just for the shoulders. We're going to put our hands over here. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you over here, because I've got the radiator. It's going to stop the way how low I go. So go all the way down, keep that shoulder on, and rotate backwards. I'm going to do 5 of those. I'm going to do it on this one because it's easier for me. Keep that shoulder on, rotate all the way backwards and back again. So 10 of these. 10 shoulder rotations, really good for shoulder health. It's quite weird. So I'm over to the exercise, so I'm going to go on to the other side. Okay, let's go. Just make sure there's nothing that you can hit your shoulders on or your fingers on when you're rotating. And make sure it's a smooth surface. I'd advise you to wear long sleeves, just in case the ball is not smooth. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. The last exercise we're going to do, we're going to put our shoulders down, squatting down a little. If you've got a radiator, just make sure it's turned off. Shouldn't be on because the weather is nice at the moment. But shoulders up, you're just going to take your hands above your head and then retract those shoulder blades all the way down to the sides, okay? So what we did is we're working our shoulder rotation as well. So we're going to focus on stretching and warming up the lats. So the lats on the side. Going to focus on warming up the shoulders, and the rotation is going to work on the ball and socket joints. So up we go. Going to get to that halfway mark. Keep your hands level. Going to go up and back down. So up nice and slowly over the head. Keep those elbows against the wall when they're level with your shoulders. Rotate so that your wrists now and your elbows are in alignment. Go back and down to the side. Okay, 2 more. Back again. There we go. Nice and slowly. Back. These may seem weird, but they're really good for stabilizing the shoulder joint. Really, really good for strengthening the shoulder joint. All the way down, then up. Perfect. Next exercise is if you've got a resistance band, grab a resistance band. Warm up with it. If you don't, that's fine. So I'm going to grab my resistance band so we can start the stretch. The lighter the resistance band, the better. If you've got the loopy resistance band, I'd recommend you to use those. So if you do have a resistance band, we're going to take the resistance band, we're going to put it over the head, and what we're going to do is we're just going to pull down one side with a straight arm down the other side, and then both sides, okay? So down one side, down the opposite side, then both sides. Keep it going. If you don't have a resistance band, just mimic this motion. You can grab a piece of cloth, you can grab a t-shirt and do this. You can even grab a towel and do this. Remember, you don't want too much resistance. This is still a warm-up, so you don't want it to feel like a workout. Just warming up the muscles that you're going to be using. There we go. And again, and back. Last two, other side, both arms. Last one. Perfect. There we go. Perfect. What we're now going to do is I'm going to show you from the side. Hold this, just a little bit of resistance. Make sure you're steady. You're going to take your arms right over your head, all the way back down. Try and keep it as straight as possible. And then back in front over your chest. Just looking forward, core nice and tight. Here we go. 2, 3, 4. Perfect. 5. There we go. 6, 7. Perfect. 8, 9, and 10. There we go. Amazing work. And the last one we're going to do is just shoulder wrist rotations, because we do use a lot of our wrists when we're doing upper bodies. Just rotate them. There we go. Perfect work. Nice rotations. Okay, just shake it out. Perfect work. Okay, to get started, we're going to start off with our major workouts that we would normally do on a back day. So we're going to do back and chest as a superset. So we do one back exercise, one chest exercise, and then recover. I'm going to be showing you 15 repetitions of each. You can alter this workout to whatever your goal is. So if you are going for hypertrophy, I would recommend you to do 8 to 12 sets. So hypertrophy is if you're trying to gain muscle. I would recommend you to do between 8 to 12 repetitions. So adjust the weight accordingly to whatever you're going to be lifting. If you are looking to tone up a bit more and lose a bit more weight, I'd recommend you do 15 reps or higher. I'm going to go for 15 reps. I'll only show you once the exercise, but you can repeat the sets as many times as you want. I'd recommend you at the moment, just because we are at home, to do a minimum of 4 sets for however many repetitions you are doing. If it is strength, it's very hard to train for strength at home, but I would recommend go as heavy as you like, but be careful because your back can only hold so much weight. Maybe go for 6 sets of 3 to 6 repetitions of whatever exercise you are doing, and go a bit slower so you're really building that strength and a resistance time under tension. Okay, time under tension will really work well at this moment in time, because we want to put as much tension as we can on the muscles, and because we don't have a lot of weight, even though we do have the bag with weights, we want to put the muscles under tension for a long time. So our first exercise is going to be 2 exercises, one for the back, one for the chest. So grab your weights. Here we go. Okay. So now I'm grabbing my weights. I'm going to hold on either side. You can grab a satchel. I'm going to put the weights between my back. Make sure that I've got a steady grip on both of these. And what I'm going to work for is I'm going to rotate it to the other side. Make sure your weight is steady, so it's right in the middle, so you're not having any imbalances on either side. We're going to go for a bent over row. So you'd normally use a barbell for this. We're going to put our feet in together, slightly shoulder width apart, bend the knees, bend the hips. We're going to row, so using your hands are going to face over, so supinated grip. And what we're going to do is row into the belly button and back down to the floor. If you do have something like this dragon, just put it over the top as well. Okay, ready? 3, 2, 1. We're going to go for 15 repetitions. Let's go 1, 2, 3. There we go. 4. Perfect. 5. Into the belly button. You don't have to touch down, just let it go down. There we go. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, perfect, and 15. For chest, you can take your mat. We're going to lie down. So I'm going to lie down on the floor. And what we're going to do is we're going to just put that bag, so now it's facing up, okay? Are we ready? So we're just going to do a chest press, then back up. Hands underneath the bag, or hold into the sides. Just make sure you're stable with the weight that you are carrying, so it's not too much for the wrist. Make sure the bag is stable. 3, 2, 1, let's go. Down and up, perfect. 1, 2, 3. When your elbows touch the floor, extend right up. 4, 5, 6, 7. Remember, make sure the weight is equally distributed along the bag. There we go. 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Perfect. Okay, so that's the first exercises. We've just done a bent over row and we've done a chest press. So you're going to do those opposite and then recover for a minute. 30 seconds if you're trying to lose weight. A minute to a minute and a half if you're going for hypertrophy, which is wanting to build muscles, okay? If it's too light, change the weight. If it's too heavy, change it. The key thing at the moment, because we're using a bag, is to make sure the weight is equally spread across, because we don't want to compensate one side over the other. So those are the first 2 exercises. We're going to do chest and back again. This time, different exercises. You can stop this if you're going to go and do the other sets, but we're going to move on to the next 2 exercises, so the next 2 supersets. Okay, so next 2 supersets, you're going to be using one arm. Change your weight, so it's the right weight. We're going to be doing a bent over row. So what we're going to do is, we're going to take this on one side. We're going to do a bent over row. We're going to hold on to the wall in front of us, one leg behind. The leg that's behind is going to grab the weight and you're going to bring it in and then back down. Straighten that leg out, stretch right down, bring it in so the elbow is going near the hip and then back down, stretch it out. There we go. If you want, you can hold on to your knee, but you can hold on to the wall for support. We're going to go for 15 repetitions. Here we go. 5, 6, 7, 8. Keep that back nice and straight, core tight. There we go. Perfect work. So you can see what it looks like from the front. 3, 2, 1. Swap it over to the opposite side. 3, 2, 1. Let's go. Here we go. Good work. 2, 3, 4. Keep going. 5, 6, 7. Good. 8. Perfect. 9. You can use your handbag, ladies. If you don't have one of these. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Okay. And now what we're going to do is we're going to put that down. We're going to work the chest, but we're not going to use that for chest. We're going to do some push-ups. You've got an elevated surface over here, so if you do, you can use, if you want, you can use that. If that's too hard, you can use the wall as well. So we're going to go for push-ups. We're going to do 2 variations. So we're going to go from inside to out. So we're going to make it hard, okay? So this is quite advanced. If you don't want to do the advanced push-ups, that's fine. So the normal push-ups you're going for is just the wide push-ups. Whole body goes down at the same time, okay? Make sure your feet are nice and steady on the floor. So I'll show you how that looks. So go down and then push up. Elbows are going wide. So that's the easy push-up. If you want to make it harder, go lower, eventually down onto the floor. So the exercise that we're going to go for is we're going to go from a wide push-up into a narrow, but we're only going to go for 8 repetitions. So if we're doing it on the wall, it will look like this. Okay, so I'm going to show you from the back. So you can see my hand positioning. So when you go in, the elbows are narrow, they go behind, so it works the triceps, and then back wide. Okay, you could do that on the floor as well. So you could do it on here. The lower the surface, the harder. Okay, the lower the surface, the harder. Eventually we're going to move on to the floor. So it's your choice now to choose which one you're going to do. So I'm going to do mine on my knees, but on the floor, okay? So you choose which one you're going to do. So challenge yourself, go as slow as you like. I'm going to start off with my knees off the floor. When I get tired, I'm going to go on my knees. So we're going to get ready, go narrow, then in. That counts as 1 repetition. Okay, 3, 2, 1, let's go. So remember, 8 reps. Go narrow, crawl it in. There we go. That's 1, 2, narrow. There we go. 3, narrow. Good. 4,
Let the chest touch the floor. All the way down, body goes down, and then push up. There we go, 5. Let the chest touch the floor, or as low as you can go, elbows behind, back up. 6, whoa, going on my knees now, because I'm feeling the burn. 7, wide, narrow, and the last one, I'm going to try and do this one. Here we go, push, the last one, hands narrow, all the way down, back up. Good. So that's a bent over row, narrow push-ups, and I should say wide push-ups and then narrow push-ups, okay? So you can repeat those 3 more sets or 4 more sets depending on how much you want to. And remember, it's 8 repetitions for the narrow ones. If they're too hard, do it on the wall. It makes it easier, okay? We're now going to move on to the biceps and the triceps. So grab your weights again. Perfect. So this time we're going to hold the weight there. What we're going to do is we're going to tuck our elbows into the side, keep them there. And so you can see from the side, we're going to row up and then back down, keeping those biceps tucked in, keeping those elbows into the side. So really lock those elbows in, okay? We're going to go for 20 repetitions. So let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, back down. 2, good, really keep it in nice and tight. 3, 4, 5, 6, good. 7, if you do have sharp objects, just be careful when it's swinging. You can also hold it at the bottom, okay? Keep going. 8, so at the moment I'm holding it right to the end of the handles. There we go, keep going. It keeps the tension on the weight. Keep it moving. Here we go. 10, I can feel my biceps. 9, 8, okay, 7, 6, core nice and tight, don't swing. 4, 3, there we go. 2, and 1. Perfect. Now we're going to work our triceps, so we're going to flick it over the back, elbows in. We're going to go 1. There we go. So I'm going to kneel just so that you can see that exercise. You can do it standing. I'm going to kneel down just so you can see what that looks like. So 1, elbows in. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. We're going for 20, 8, 9, there we go. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, oh, 16, 17, I can feel the burn. 18, 19, and 20. And up we go. So flick that back over. If it's too heavy, get someone to help you bring it down. So we've just done biceps and a tricep workout. We're now going to move on to our last bicep and tricep workout. So for this, you're going to need a bottle or something slightly heavier. So I'm going to take this bag, I'm going to grab my bottle out, and then we start. Okay, so one of the bottles I had was hairspray, so I'm going to use that as well. Just make sure whatever you use that it's fully sealed and that it won't break. We're going to work in on unilateral work, so we're going to be working on just the biceps and then we'll move on to the triceps. So having your arm in, you're going to hold that weight facing down and we're going to do what's called a hammer curl. So what we're going to do is, actually to make this harder, going to hold the other arm straight out in front of you, hold it at a 90-degree angle, hold a weight in that hand. So actually grab 2 weights. Should I remind you to do this? I'm going to grab 2 weights. One thing I should say is if you are using 2 weights, make sure they're the same weight. So I would recommend 2 bottles of water that haven't been opened. Those will work well, or 2 bottles of shampoo and conditioner. It's one shampoo, one conditioner. Hold it in each hand. And what we're going to do is we're going to lock the hands. On one hand, you're going to be at a 90-degree angle. Lock that in, hold it. On the other side, going to do a hammer curl all the way up and back down. Full extension down to the bottom, all the way up, then back down. Going to go for 15 repetitions, okay? Lock the other side in, really squeeze, so you're exaggerating that squeeze. There we go. Just so you can see what that looks like. I'm going to go down on my knee. There we go. If you sit down against a chair and sit right back, it's a lot harder. There we go. 5, finish it off. 4, here we go. 3, 2, 1. I'm going to swap it over. Remember, you could do this standing. I'm going to do it kneeling just so you can see. 2, 3. Remember, don't forget how to at a 90-degree angle. Don't rest it. There we go. 5, full extension all the way down. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze. Keeping both elbows squeezed in as tight as you can. There we go. Amazing work. Perfect work. Keep it going. There we go. Can feel the burn. Breathing out, in, out. Breathing in at the bottom, breathing out as you come up. There we go. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. And now the next exercise, you can choose to do one hand at a time or both arms at the same time. I'm going to show you now on kneeling. Going to start off with your hand in this position. Take your hands back. What we're going to do is just extend just the forearm, going all the way back. Just from your elbow to the wrist, that's the only part moving, just the forearm, and all the way straight in it, and working the tricep, okay? You could do both arms at the same time. So I'm going to do both arms at the same time, but you can focus on just one. Bend your knees, go right back, let's get ready. 3, 2, 1, let's go. 1, good. 2, really lock those elbows in, feel in your tricep. 3, 4, squeeze for 2 seconds, back down. 5, squeeze for 2 seconds, back down. 6, squeeze for 2 seconds, back down. Squeeze for 2 seconds, back down. 8, oh, can feel the burn, keep it going. 9, 10, there we go. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, perfect. Okay, so we've just done 2 upper body exercises for arms, so a tricep extension and a bicycle. To make that harder, you can hold on each repetition and squeeze for a longer time. That will add time under tension. You can come back slowly, go out slowly. That will make your workout a lot harder. We're going to finish off with some shoulder presses and then we're done for today. So grab your workout, so grab your bag once more. Okay, so with our bag, I'm going to condense that slightly. Here we go, I'm going to hold it. So make sure you hold it equally on both sides. And what we're going to work on is just pressing up. So for the middle of the chest, we're going to do a military style press up, okay? And have your feet shoulder width apart, make sure you're comfortable. Knees slightly bent, so don't lock them. What we're going to do, we're going to push up and back down, okay? Push that weight up and back down. I'm going to do this on my knees, just so you can see the full extension. It's a lot. If you're carrying a heavy weight, stand up. So just push straight up and then back down. If you want to engage a bit more of the core, sit down or kneel. There we go. Remember, keep that back nice and straight. So push up all the way down to the chest. Here we go. Make sure the weight is supported and it's stable, because you don't want to hurt your wrist or your shoulders. We're going to go for 12 of these. So 4 more. 3. Here we go. 2. And the last one. Perfect. Okay, everyone, you can put your waist aside. Really well done for today. Okay, so we've just done an equipment workout using stuff that you have at home. You can use a satchel, you can use a towel, you can use a gym bag, you can use your handbag. So there's lots of different ways that you can modify your workouts at home, but just making sure that you're still getting an effective workout. Thank you for taking part in today's exercises. We're just going to cool down slowly. So to cool down, I'm just going to stretch the upper body. Just take one arm in front, cross it over, the other one, hold and count for 5. 4, you should hold this for 10 to 30 seconds. We're going to hold you for 5 seconds. You can pause the video if you do want to go for longer. 3, 2, 1. I'm sure that was 10 seconds with all the talking, so we'll do this side for 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. You're going to take one elbow behind, just hold that in, there we go. So you can see what that looks like. Hold that elbow in, good. Feel that in the tricep. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Swap it over to the other side. You could do this standing or sitting down. I'm just kneeling so that you can see what I'm doing. There we go. Just pushing it. Keep that back nice and straight if you can. Don't arch it. There we go. 5, 4, head straight. 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Going to take your arms, clasp them in front of you. Round your shoulders. There we go. Just push against them. Feel that at the back. Surround your shoulder blades. We're going to hold that for 5, 4, 3. Slowly bring it up over the head. 3, 2, 1. So now your palms are facing up into the sky and go back down. Push against them. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. There you go. Okay, I'm going to have one hand against the wall, and what you're going to do is rotate over and look opposite the opposite side. Okay, so look over the opposite shoulder. You should feel that in your chest. 5, 4, 3. You don't have to have that arm out, but I just do so I can look over the shoulder. 3, 2, 1. Swap it over to the opposite side. So have that whole wrist, so your whole palm onto the wall. So I normally have it sideways, and then I rotate over to the opposite side. So my whole body is facing the opposite side. It stretches the chest out and my shoulder. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And the last one, just elbows down. We're going to really bend down onto the floor and just stretch the palms. So just stretch the forearms. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Up onto your fingertips. Shake it out. Well done, everyone. Thank you so much for taking part in today's workout. I hope you enjoy that. There's many more to come. Stay at home, stay safe, stay active. Take care, and we hope to see you all soon. Goodbye.